Welcome Pokemon Go trainers, welcome back to the channel. So in this video I am featuring one of my channel member and a friend who takes coaching from me. So I recommended him to run a team of Steelix, Drifloon and the Shadow Fraligator. So he ran a team and he hit expert in just 4 days after hitting veteran. So do watch the video till end, and if you haven't subscribed the channel, please subscribe it. So let's begin the video, and we are running with Steelix and we have a good lead, I would say. It's a Tapu Fini water typing, so our Thunderfang are going to be super effective, but at the same time their water gun are also super effective. But with the Psychic Fang debuff, it will help us a lot and it will add up. So we are going to go for Psychic Fang. I think we can take one serve, so we are not bothering to shield here. So let's see what happens. We'll survive it. And they go for the surf, did a good amount of damage. Actually we are in red health, but still Steelix is very bulky Pokemon. We are going to go for Psychic Fang and look at the damage. I think we can just Thunder Fang them down easily and have a switch advantage. And here comes the annoying Pokemon Zygarde. So we are going to go for Breaking Swipe, and let's see, this is going to be super effective. If we get attack drop, then it will be very good, and I think we didn't get it. So we are going to come with our Drifloon, and we have a Icy Wind, which is going to be double super effective because of ground and dragon typing. So they will throw a move. This could be a crunch, but we decide to no shield. Actually they go for the bulldoze for some reason, and we are going to overfarm a bit. And here comes the armor Mewtwo. So this is the Pokemon I'm hunting for. I don't have any armor Mewtwo, so they will go for the Side Strike. We dip into Fraligator because Shadow Claw are super effective, but still this Mewtwo is very bulky as compared to the normal one. So we are going to generate a lot of energy and then go for the Hydro Cannon on the perfect timing. So this might not knock out, let's see. And still it doesn't, and we can farm them down, and unfortunately no. So definitely we are investing the final shield because we have lot of energy, and I think we go for Ice Beam directly. If he shields, then it will survive, otherwise it is just going to knock out the Zygarde and it's a game over with 2 shield left for the next season. So let's move towards the next opponent, and we have a Steelix in the lead versus Zygarde in the lead. So this is kind of annoying lead because our Thunderfang is not going to do anything to the Zygarde, but our super effective Breaking Swipe will do. But this is not a stab move, but we have to go for it. Let's see what happens. They might throw an Earthquake, so at one point of time we should dip. So we are going to store a move, and this is definitely an Earthquake, but still we can survive it. And I think after this we'll dip, and yes, we do dip, and actually we simultaneous dip. And here comes the Gastrodon. So I think we can win a switch if they don't shield, and if they shield, we have a shield advantage. We go for the Hydro Cannon, look at the damage, and we can reach one more, and this could be a Body Slam or maybe an Earth Power. We can survive it. Actually it was a Earth Power, and one more Shadow Claw. We reach a Hydro Cannon, so this is fine. This will grab the shield or it will give a switch. Actually it grabs the shield. Now I think we should come with our Drifloon and just farm them down, because none of the charge move is going to be doing lot of damage with the Drifloon until and unless they are running Water Pulse, which is very rare case. Actually they go for the Earth Power, and we are going to just get the farm down. And if Zygarde returns, we have Icy Wind, but they come with Tentacruel, so we should go for Shadow Ball, and this Shadow Ball is going to hurt a lot. But actually they decide to give up the final shield, so I think we can win this because Drifloon can close out the game. And here they were trying to catch the Shadow Ball, but we were very attentive, and this Icy Wind will get them very low. It is not going to be enough, but still we can win this because we have 2 shield, and we are going to overfarm a bit. And I think we should shield this move so that we can close out the game easily. And it's a crunch, so very good shield. Now we can just farm them down and throw the Shadow Ball. Actually we go for the Icy Wind for a bad manners, I think, just to debuff. Let's see what happens. And now we can go for Shadow Ball. Actually it was CMP tie, so we'll shield this card, and later we can go for the Shadow Ball. One more Astonish is required, and yes we do. And after this we can, I think, dip into Steelix and Thunderfang them down. And yes, we do that, and this Psychic Fang is going to lower the defense and going to do a super effective damage as well. and still Tentacruel survives, but still it's a top left moment for them. So good game. Let's move towards the next opponent. Let's see what the next opponent has for us. It's a Weezing. We have to be very careful for the overheat. It will do a lot of damage. So we can go for Psychic Fang immediately to lower their defense, and at the same time super effective because they are partially poison typing. But Psychic Fang is not that much heavy hitting move, so it doesn't do that much. So we are fine. This is definitely not an overheat. It's a brutal swing, so we are fine now. I think they are not running the overheat, but still they are staying. So this tells me something at the back is weak to Steelix as well, and they keep throwing the brutal swing. We are over farming and throw on the charge attack priority, which Weezing wins, and they go for the another brutal swing, and this Psychic Fang is going to put them very low. I think thereafter we can just Thunder Fang them down, and yes we do, and we got the farm down, and some of the health is left on Steelix, and here comes the Gastrodon. So we have two good answers, so we are dipping into our Shadow Fraligator. So we have a alignment now. We can align our Drifloon against that Gastrodon. So we are going to chip them with these Hydro Cannons, and I think no, actually two Scald will be enough to knock out the Fraligator. So we are going to go for another Hydro Cannon, and this time they shield, so actually they want to retain the health, but this is fine. We should save a shield for the Steelix. So they go for the Scald, and they got the attack debuff. This is very annoying, so we can go for the Hydro Cannon to chip them, and I think we have stored a Psychic Fang on our Steelix, and this puts them very low, and they are going to immediately throw the Scald, and yes they do. I think we should invest a shield, and yes we do invest. He might try to catch here, and yes they do, and they dip into Gastrodon. Now we have a hard answer, so this is a top left moment. So let's move towards the next opponent. Let's see what the next opponent has for us. Lickitung. So this is going to be a very long matchup. So meanwhile, if you haven't subscribed the channel, please subscribe it because it supports me a lot, also motivates me to bring up some more content. So we are going to go for Breaking Swipe just to get the attack debuff, and unfortunately no debuff, but the super effective Earthquake is going to hurt a lot to Steelix. And look at the damage, almost half of the health is gone for the Steelix, and we are going to stay here because back to Pokemon will struggle a lot. So we are going to try to chip them as much as we can. We might shield here. I'm not sure whether we decide to shield. Actually we don't shield here, so that is fine. We are going to save to shield for our shadow Pokemons, and we are going to continue to stay and go for the Breaking Swipe. Hopefully this time we get the attack debuff. Let's see what happens, and yes we do get it, and I think we can reach one more move after this debuff, and yes we do get it. So this Psychic Fang might grab the shield because they have 100 energy. Let's see what happens. Actually they didn't shield here, and here comes the Annihilate. So we can come with Drifloon and just farm down, and here comes their own Drifloon, but we have a hard answer which is Fraligator, and this is also top left movement for them. So good game, we won this match. Let's move towards the next opponent, and we have a Dream Lead, Clefairy. So we are going to stay, but they are not going to stay and dip into Lickitung, and we don't have a hard answer to it, but at one point of time we should save the health on Steelix. So I think we are going to chip them, and we get the attack debuff. So now we can survive this Earthquake better, and after this I think we should dip into our Fraligator. So they go for the Earthquake, and here we store a move. Actually we don't, we get the Psychic Fang go through so that we can get the debuff, defense drop, and now we are going to dip, and this time they might go for the Earthquake, but still as they are debuffed, so it is not going to do that much, and they go for the Earthquake, and because of debuff it helped us to survive. Here comes the Clefable, so they are going to go for Swift. I think this is not enough for the Moonblast, and I think 2 Hydro will be enough to knock them out. So we have a back to back, so this might pressure the shield. Let's see what happens, or we can win the switch here. And look at the damage. Shadow Hydro Cannon does a lot of damage, so another Hydro Cannon will be definitely enough to knock out the Clefable. So yes, they don't shield, so this is fine for us, and they have a Swampert at the back. And good thing is we get one more hydro cannon, and this hydro cannon is definitely going to put the pressure on shield. So we are fine, and we have a 2 shield advantage. So definitely we are going to come with Drifloon and throw the Icy Wind debuff and grab the final shield. Let's hope we can grab it. And they go for the hydro cannon. So we can survive one more, but just to retain the health, we are going to shield this. Otherwise they can throw another hydro cannon immediately. And here they were trying to catch, and now we are going to come with our Steelix. And one earthquake is not going to be enough, so we should stay over farmed in terms of energy, and they are going to go for earthquake. So I think we can over farm. No, actually we are getting very low on health, so that's why we threw it immediately. This might grab the shield. Actually they don't shield, so they are saving the shield for the Swampert, and we can reach another move, and before that they are going to throw here, so that is fine. This is earthquake, or actually it's a body slam, and we get the farm down, which is good. We can throw the Psychic Fang and get the attack debuff, sorry, the defense drop, so that is fine. And we can come with our Drifloon and throw the Icy Wind immediately and do one more debuff of attack, and later it will be easy game for us because we have a shield advantage. But before that they are going to top left. So good game, we won this match. Let's move towards the next opponent. Let's see what the next opponent has. A bad lead for us, and they are going to dip actually. So we have a hard answer for the Cobalion. So I think we should have dip into Fraligator instead of Drifloon because they have hard hitting move Stone Age. So they go for the Stone Age, very good shield. But we can go for the Shadow Ball, and this Shadow Ball is going to hurt a lot to the Cobalion. So I was guessing the team, this could be a flyer double fighter at the back, maybe a Virizion at the back, and Virizion with up shield can knock out Steelix and the Fraligator as well. So we are not going to shield. They go for another Stone Age, and we are going to farm them down, and our switch timer is up. So I think we might dip, and yes, we dip. We are trying to bait out the Virizion, and they are not dipping, and they go for the charge attack priority. This could be a Brave Bird, so just to be safe we should shield. No, actually we didn't shield, and we call it was a fly, so we can go for the Hydro Cannon and pressure the shield. And I think next Hydro will also be a CMP tie. Let's see what happens. And we are going to go for Hydro immediately, and they throw it on the CMP tie. So I think we should shield and snipe them because our switch timer is going to get up, and they go for the Flame Charge. So this Hydro is going to be enough, or it will grab the final shield, and it grabs the final shield. Now we dip into a Drifloon and snipe them with the Shadow Ball, which is very good for us. And let's see what the final Pokemon is. Is it a Virizion? Actually it's not, it's a Cresselia, so we can reach a Shadow Ball, but they said this is a top left movement for us. So good game, we won this match. And let's move towards the next opponent, and it's a Steelix into Annihilate. So we are going to safe switch into Fraligator, so they might dip, and there is a Pidgeot and which is running Gust. So fast move are doing a lot of damage, but we can guarantee a shield because the Shadow Ice Beam is going to one shot if they don't shield. But we are going to bait them with a Hydro, and they do shield it, and this could be a Brave Bird or maybe a Feather Dance, so we are going to call it. We're not going to shield. They go for the Feather Dance, and we are going to go for Ice Beam. This is not going to be enough because our attack has been fallen down, so we go for Ice Beam, and still they are in a yellow health. But it's a good thing that we can farm up a lot of energy with our Steelix. And let's see, they might dip, and they dip into Fraligator, so we are going to stay here and go for the Psychic Fangs. And I think we can take one Hydro Cannon, and we have to shield the next one. So we won't be shielding the first one, and they are continuously farming up. Now they have back to back, so we are not going to shield the first one. Instead we'll shield the second, and they reach the second one. So definitely we are investing a shield because we have 2 shield advantage. So this Hydro Cannon got blocked, and we get the farm down, and I think Annihilate will return. So they are waiting for the full switch timer, and we are also ready with the Drifloon to dip. And here comes the Annihilate, and here comes the Pidgeot. This could be a Brave Bird, we have to call it correctly. Let's see what happens. Actually they bait us with a Feather Dance. This is very bad. So we are going to go for Icy Wind immediately. This might grab the final shield or it will get the knockout. This is very difficult match. Actually they do let it go. So this looks bit winnable for us, and this Rage Fist is going to boost up the attack. But counter is nerfed now, so I think we can go for Icy Wind immediately. And this is going to debuff and also do some chip damage, but because of that Feather Dance it is not going to be enough. And still we can win this because one more Rage Fist is not going to be enough, but the Astonish is putting up a lot of pressure and they are going to go for Rage Fist. And we left with few HP and they counter us down, but they are not going to reach another move before we Thunder Fang them down, and we are going to secure the win. So bad lead, still we were able to overcome it. So let's move towards the next opponent. Tenta in the lead. So I would say it's a good lead because we have pressure with the fast move and the charge move. Psychic Fang, Thunder Fang, both are fangs. So we are going to go for Psychic Fang immediately just to debuff their defense. And we are going to go for it. Does a super effective, not that much damage, but still the Thunder Fang is going to add up. We can take one Scald, not to bother. So we are not going to shield the first one. Instead we'll shield the second one. I think we do get the attack drop. So we are going to go for the Psychic Fang number 2. This is going to do more damage than the first one. And they are into deep red health. And I think we should shield this move and just farm them down. We should save the health of the bulky Pokemon. They go for the Scald and we just able to get farmed down. And here comes the fighting type Virizion, and we decided to dip into Fraligator. I'll tell you the reason why. Because we can survive a Leaf Blade and guarantee a shield with the Ice Beam. So they are not dipping. Maybe they have their own Fraligator at the back. So we go for the Ice Beam and they have to shield, otherwise it will knock out. And they do shield. This way we can burn our switch timer and align our Pokemon. At the last moment we got the Hydro Cannon and it will help us to burn our switch timer. So this Hydro Cannon not very effective. We are going to wait for full switch timer and then we are going to dip into our Drifloon, which is a hard answer to the Virizion. And they blind throw here. I think they go for Leaf Blade or maybe a Sacred Sword. They go for the Leaf Blade and they have their own Drifloon, which is a shadow one, but we have energy to unload it. So we are going to go for Psychic Fang and lower the defense and continuously tap our screen as much as we can and go for another Psychic Fang. They have to shield this move, otherwise it will do a lot of damage, and they do shield here. And still the Thunder Fang is just melting the health of Drifloon, and they were able to farm us down, but one Astonish will be enough to knock them out. Definitely we are shielding because we don't want to get very low, otherwise Virizion can fight back. And they are going to go for Leaf Blade. That is fine, we can survive 2 more, and I think one Icy Wind should be enough, but before that they are going to top left. So good game, we won this match. And the final set just before claiming the expert reward was 5-0, you can see here. So congratulations Amay on hitting expert for the first time, and also special thanks to all my viewers who watched the video till end. And if you like the content, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and also subscribe my channel to support me. Till the time, take care trainers, have a good day.